to introduce our next guest. We have Anime America and Phantomstrider here with us this afternoon, and they're going to give us a bit of a rundown of what they do and help me learn what you guys are about. So I hope everyone's been having fun today. I know I certainly have. Been getting around. What have you guys been doing? What have I missed out on? Going to, anyone done the Minecraft? Got the Minecraft up the back? The esports?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Any zombies? No zombies, can't see any zombies. They're probably still getting murdered. Cool. Alright guys, well look, I'll hand over to these guys. So tell us a little bit about what you guys do, and thanks for joining us here today.
It's a pleasure.
Oh yes.
How do I turn the mic?
Testing. It's a little switch on the bottom.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Howdy. Okay, that works great. Yeah, just I run a channel called Phantomstrider, as you mentioned, and I talk about a bit of Western animation, and my friend Robyn here talks about a bit of Eastern animation, sort of in subject. Well,
And I review Japanese anime, so we pretty much decided we're just going to talk about Western and Eastern animation, old and new. I do reviews and top 10s.
That's our slides.
Hey,
Yeah.
look how cute I am.
Oh,
I'm talking about the cartoon, not actually me.
Do you do those artworks?
Yes.
Cool.
And I'm actually at our table selling some prints. I have Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Steven Universe. I got a wide variety of selections for you guys to choose from.
Awesome.
oh, very nice. Shall we begin?
Sure.
Excellent. Okay. Well, yeah. So, howdy everyone. How you going? We're just going to give our general thoughts on what's happening in just a few small things on what's happening in Western animation, Eastern animation, and Robyn's got a few opinions on what's happening in classic anime and old and modern anime. And afterwards, if we've got time, we just want to give you some thoughts on what's personally worked for us on YouTube. And if you have any information you'd like to know from us on growing your own community, if you're growing your own YouTube channel, we'd love to help if we can in our own way. We've got our own personal takes which have worked for us. So let's get rolling. Let's next slide, if that's okay. Click. We'll just run through a couple of cartoons Western side, then we'll jump into Robyn's on the Eastern
The
side.
Simpsons one's making me sad.
Yes. There's a lot to be said.
Disney.
A giant conglomerate taking up. As much as I love Disney, there's certain size and power you want to get to and how far you want to go with that. But I'd like to start with your thoughts on a modern cartoon which has come out recently, what I consider a very adult-specific cartoon, BoJack Horseman. Jump next slide. So what I'd love to get is a little bit of feedback from you guys if anyone's curious. Do you have a favorite episode of the show, BoJack? Has anyone watched BoJack Horseman? Show of hands. Awesome, man. Okay, well, we've got one person. Excellent.
I think him back there, he also does so good too.
There's probably a few shy there. You never know.
2. Well, if anyone has, we really recommend this show. As you get older, you might find it's interesting. It teaches a lot about, the human condition. It gives a lot of thoughts to very serious subjects like depression and mental health and coping with stress and anxiety. And did you have a favorite episode yourself?
I think the only one I'm really familiar with is the one where it's mostly underwater. That's the one I'm mostly familiar with.
Fish out of water.
That's the one.
It's all done with absolutely no voice acting, yet so much is projected. And if there's one thing cartoons can teach us, is that we can entertain without necessarily saying a word. There's a lot of exposition in movies nowadays, and animation shows us, particularly Western and Eastern animation, a lot. They can have quiet moments where nothing is said, yet so much is said to us through emotion. So I'm a big fan of BoJack, definitely recommend that one. Can we jump to the next slide? And of course, SpongeBob SquarePants. Now, I don't know, show of hands, just see if anyone's listening or on their phones, whatever. Has anyone seen SpongeBob? That's what I like to see. Yeah. Okay. Now, I'd love to hear, because I just did a Western Best Modern SpongeBob list. Do we have any favorite episodes? Raise your hand if you've got if you'd like to say your favorite episode or your favorite character. I'd love to hear if you have a favorite or just a general favorite.
Yeah, buddy? Gary.
Gary's great. Meow. And he says absolutely nothing. Yet we learn a lot about his character. Meow. And simply through the tones of his meow. I'd say my favorite character is probably Sandy, but I love SpongeBob in that he's so positive and friendly. Yet, he's not considered stupid at the same time. I'd argue as modern seasons have come on, he's become a little bit more one-trick pony. But I think what's cool about SpongeBob, and part of why he's so global, is that, because SpongeBob's loved all over the world, is that he enjoys his job, he enjoys who he is, even though he does something that isn't considered necessarily very high quality, high class. He works as a fry cook, a Krusty Krab, but he loves what he does, and I think there's something we can all connect with in that. So, huge fan of SpongeBob myself, and I will pass the floor over to you, my friend, on the next slide.
Alright. Classic anime. So my part is to basically talk about anime of how it used to be, and then as we transition to the modern topics, just talk about how anime has pretty much changed over the years. We have our classic iconic characters from like Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Fullmetal Alchemist, Gundam Wing, Cardcaptor Sakura, Neon Genesis Evangelion. There's a few I slipped in because they're classics to me, like Fushigi Yugi, Tenchi Muyo, and the Ronin Warriors.
I love Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
And GT, but that's not popular.
Yeah, no one talks about GT. For what it was back in those days, anime was pretty basic. You had the main character, and the main character is supposed to relate to you, the viewer. They somehow acquire some sort of special power, and they're off on this quest to either find some sort of mystical item or save the world from evil invaders. It was very common, with the exception maybe of Evangelion with how dark it turned out to be, but it's still, like,
He was still saving the world.
Yeah, he was taken from his home, and Dad's like, Shinji, get in the Ava.
He essentially becomes God as well, if you ever seen any of Evangelion, except it kind of, he destroys the world and it kind of brings it back because he decides there's no joy without pain. And anyway, complicated stuff like that.
It's very complicated. But for the most part, our characters here are starting out of nothing, and then they start from nothing, go into this vast world of something that they could never foresee happening to them, but they take it on, and each and every one of them have their own different results. But for the most part, anime back in those days, it was a spectacle to watch just for the animation, but the stories themselves, they're classic, they're understandable, and they're basic. But as we continue onwards to the next part of the anime segment, we'll go over the pros and cons of how all of this has pretty much changed for better and for worse.
Yeah. Sounds good. We gotta jump on the next slide. I'd like to jump straight into it if you don't mind. Modern anime. What do you got for us?
Okay, now, bad modern anime. For the most part, it's like half and half. You have ones that copy a lot of other people's ideas and trying to twist it into a different way. Like with the one in the far corner, that's Astra from Black Clover, I think. I think it's Black Clover. It's basically every shonen jump anime you could ever imagine, but it's pretty much Naruto, where everyone doesn't like him because he's annoying and he doesn't have any special powers. And on the day of ceremony, again, he doesn't get any powers until randomly, when he's saving his friend's life, he gets his own power, but it's kind of related to Satan. So I'm like, okay, so it's Naruto with Blue Exorcist. Got it. And the main character is annoying. I do not like him. Move on. There was always something with each of these titles right here, something wrong about each of them. Like the girl with the hard eyes. It was trying so hard to be a different magical girl show known as Madoka Magica, where it's a magical girl show, but it's dark. The thing about Madoka Magica was it was a thing of its own, and it just experimented this idea of, okay, but what if the world of being a magical girl wasn't as cracked up as it used to be? Like, what if it was a lot more challenging, a lot more dangerous, and there was a catch to these powers? That one right there, where the magical girl site is like that, but it was being dark just for the sake of being dark, because Madoka Magica was dark, so we need to be dark too.
It's gonna be edgy.
Yep. Boruto is just Naruto, but I won't die.
I thought that was Naruto.
No, it's Boruto, that's his son.
I thought you were just doing something hugely controversial there.
No, that's his kid.
No.
It's like Naruto's over, but now his son has a show. Aren't you guys excited?
No. Nope.
And we're just like, I guess, maybe. Oh, Sakura's got a daughter. That's cool. That's cool.
Well, you know, it's either that or make a 1,000 series episode like One Piece and just keep it going and going.
I hear the creator of that show wants to end the series, but in 5 years.
But you know, they talk to other people.
It's gonna be
I
fine.
talk to other people who love the series, and it's like a dream come
It's
true
like
for
the
a producer.
highest. It's like the highest anime and manga of all time.
And no offense to anyone who's a huge fan, I haven't watched all past episode 50, but it just...
It's too late now.
I love the intros, by the way.
Yeah.
The intros are so fantastic.
Yeah.
Handmanship. I think it serves a purpose. I'm sorry, I got into the subject of One Piece, but I just had to say,
Yeah.
that keeps going, but people still appreciate it, and if you still bring it to a crowd that enjoys it, you know.
Exactly. As for Persona 5 over there, it was a victim of having a great idea for a video game, and it got commit like over 100 hours into the game. There's so much to it with the wonderful characters and the gameplay and everything that you can do in that video game. It's amazing.
Robyn's a big fan.
But it was only given 12 episodes. So how are you supposed to cram 100 hours of awesomeness of Persona 5 into 12 episodes? You can't. You cannot simply compress something so huge. And a lot of fans were disappointed because it's Persona 5. It was so good as a video game. Only to give like a lackluster anime because, well, you like the video game, now watch the anime. There you go. You like it. It's Persona 5. We don't have to put any effort into this. And a lot of other ones are just, let's see, the one in the middle, it had a great idea. What if the world ran out of fish? So we had to man-make our fish and had to run the fish farms in space. To which I'm like, that's an awesome idea. But it kind of gets ruined because all the characters have to be Lolita, Moe, waifu girls. So it's all cutesy and the attention's on the girls and not the idea of what it's like to go fishing in space. Like, that's just the back idea. Look at all these cute girls. I'm more interested in the idea.
I think, yeah, to some people perhaps, you know, the ideas are a little bit more important, but not to everyone, you know.
Like, I enjoyed it for the idea, but it's like, can I see more of the idea and less of the girls just being cute? And the one over there with the horse girl.
Oh, that.
Japan was trying to, Japan was trying to teach people, because apparently horse gambling is a major thing in Japan. Horse gambling, like horse racing.
Oh, horse racing, yeah.
So they were trying to educate the masses on, you know, how to bet in gambling when it comes to horse races and what it's really like by, you know, creating a game of it, and then they made an anime of that game. But instead of it being creative and, you know, being like little shorts of how to do this and whatnot with cute little skits of the characters, it's just going to school, making friends, we're running track. This is how horse racing is, just girls with horse ears running track. You excited? You want to watch that?
Where have I seen that before?
Girls with horse ears running around in circles. Don't you want to watch that? And I'm not going to touch conception because of the adult content behind it, but I will say there's a topic in anime that's becoming increasingly popular known as isekai.
What?
Where you take a random character from their modern world and then they're in a magical world. Conception is one of those, but it's one of the worst ones, but I'm not going to touch in on that because I think there's a few kids in here. But it's one of the worst examples of an isekai where it's boring. They just take the main character out of his world, put him in a new world, and he's off exploring, but it's the most generic idea. But once we get to good modern ones, we'll actually address a really good isekai.
Speaking of which, do you mind jumping this next slide? Good modern anime. some of the ones you like. Now, Gretzko, I'm very familiar with. I love it a lot.
They really experimented with the Gretzko with its animation
I
style.
don't know your thoughts
Can
on
you believe this? Raging heavy metal red panda is from the same creator of Hello Kitty.
No.
Yep.
That's from the creators of Hello Kitty. She has her own franchise line called the Aggressive Retsuko line, where she's the embodiment of adults going into the work field for the very first time. They went through college, they got their dream job, everything's gonna be A-okay from now on, right? Because you worked hard all of your life to get to that point where you get that job that you wanted, everything should be great.
Nope.
No.
Then life happens. Adult life.
Life. It's an adult show, but it's an adult show to teach you about how real life is when it comes to relationships, keeping a job, working with other people in your field, and how different they can be.
Can I just say with the Gretzko, sorry, I've got so many
Yeah.
thoughts on this, but I think the nice thing with the Gretzko is, as you've said to me before, it hits so real. The thing is,
Yeah.
yes, although it does portray the negative life of some of the adult issues, it also portrays the positive and some of the, like, the Gretzko falls in love a couple of times, you know, really amazing stuff does happen to her. So it's a great balance of both. It's not just being overly edgy, saying, oh, it's all miserable.
At the
No,
same
it's
time,
not.
like, it reassures you that, like, if you are struggling around this time of your life, it's fine. You're not the only one. Just because you're seeing your friends on Facebook jump ahead by leaps and bounds, don't worry about it. Just live your life and try to find the positives of your situation. That's what Aggressive Retsuko just reinforces. It reinforces you that, like, it's gonna be okay. You know, life is not perfect. And that's what I love about Aggressive Retsuko. As for the other titles, they take their genres and completely own them, but also doing something different. Back with the Magical Girl one with Madoka Magica, where you get your powers, but also it's a fight for life and death, and when you think it's over, it's not over. It's a very dark approach, but a very refreshing approach to the Magical Girl aspect. It's an idea that a lot of other shows have been trying to copy. Attack on Titan, it's pretty much the generic, you know, little guy versus the big guy, but it also enforces some new ideas of, well, wait a minute, are humans actually transforming into Titans? And they have to broach that subject and learn what to do with it and what not to do with it, and it's very, very impressive to watch at times.
I remember the gore really well. I remember when, you know, chunks of people happen, you know, it leaves a strong effect, visceral effect on you.
As for the middle one, the kid with the red hair with the food wars, although it's a bit controversial and not safe for kids, it's definitely reinforcing the idea of you need to push your boundaries and push yourself in order, because he walked into the cookie world thinking that he already knew what to do. But a lot of the classmates and the teachers are telling him, no matter what, you are never done learning. Just keep learning, keep testing yourself, keep pushing yourself to try new things, and you're going to, you know, reshape everything that you've ever known about your particular field, especially when it comes to cooking. And it's kind of like a little kick in the pants that Soma has to learn. The one in the back with the green cape and the dark hair, that's a good isekai, where it takes a gentleman from his world, puts him into a magical world, but everything is taken away from him. Like, he was supposed to be a hero, but now he's being accused of a crime that he did not commit. All of his revenue was taken away, and now everyone in town thinks that he's a criminal and scum, and nobody wants to be a part of his party, even though he's still expected to help them save their world. It's a very dark approach to an isekai, and a very challenging approach. Like, well, what would you do if you were taken from your world, told that you were going to be a hero, only to have one of your party members accuse you of a crime you did not commit, but you still have to save everybody in this town in order for you to go home, even though they're treating you like a monster. And it's a very fascinating idea, and I loved it from beginning to end. So I definitely recommend The Rising of the Shield Hero. It's one of the best ones of 2019.
Agreed.
And as for the one at the bottom, the one that I believe was the best anime of last year, Violet Evergarden. It's on Netflix. You can watch it if you have a Netflix account. She was trained to be a war soldier. Like, she is one of the best soldiers. But when the war is over and she loses both her hands and she now has to learn how to work with mechanical hands, how is she going to move on when all she's ever known most of her life was how to kill? And now she takes up a job typing up letters for people that want to express their emotions even though she has no emotions. So she has to learn what love is and what expressing your emotions can do for you.
Full Panic does something very similar, but in a more comedic way.
That was more comedic. This is more of a dramatic approach, and it makes you cry.
And both kind of convey the message well, which is good. Yeah. Okay.
So I think my bottom line is, like, with bad modern anime, there's a ton of anime that comes out every year, and I have to sit through all of them. A good chunk of them will push your limits. They will give you some of the best animation that you've ever seen, and really test you when it comes to, storytelling and different perspectives and new ideas. Bad animes will not only copy other people's ideas and try to produce an anime where it's just, a generic story, but look at the cute characters. You know it's bad when it's like, it's doing something for the sake of existing and just buy it. So those are my takes. Like, back in the old days, it just seemed like they were very creative and with their characters and, the items that they would create for the characters, and it was just very basic, but it was still magical and charming. The good anime tries to keep that spirit alive by experimenting and twisting things here and there. Bad anime is just, here it is, it's got a waifu, buy it.
I wonder if that's because the budget of anime now is harder to, it's a harder budget, you have to have a larger budget in order to even enter the field. So
that's just it. Like, I hear, the stress level for Japanese animation is pretty intense. And to the point where they have to, if that studio does something wrong, they have to hire another studio to fulfill that episode. So if you see the animation changing from one episode to another, you know why now.
Do you mind if we jump to the next slide, please? Cheers. No worries, I'll go through some stuff quick. So, Rick and Morty is, raise your hands, anyone heard of this one? Awesome. Now, I'd love to hear what other people's favourite episodes are. Does anyone have a favourite episode or a favourite character? Do you like Rick, like Morty? Anyone? No?
I'm trying to pick one, there's so many good ones.
Off the bat, I would probably say one I really liked was that interdimensional cable, the first one. Second one, not so much. But I think what's cool about Rick and Morty is it offers us a lot of creative ideas. I think it can be very pretentious, and I don't personally like how edgy tries to be with his nihilism sometimes, so that's a very personal perspective. I also think it does give an outlet in a more religious country such as America to people who are maybe coming into certain more secular beliefs, and myself. So I think there is an outlet there, and that's understandable. But it's great to see such creative ideas coming through, because you never know what's going to happen in these scenarios, and that's part of what's great about it, And it also has a great Asperger's lead, which is great, because Rick's, I don't know if he's a great Asperger's lead, because he's not a very good person or kind person, but a very interesting lead in Rick, because he's come out and said he's Asperger's or autistic, whatever you like to say. So, I'm quite a big fan of that one. Do you want to do the next slide, next step? And of course, has anyone not heard The Simpsons? No? Now, generally the consensus is that the series has gone downhill since season 10.
I forgot what the word parody means.
Yeah, well, the problem is that when you've been going for nearly 600 plus episodes, you almost become a parody of yourself, particularly when you're in a serialized format. We're in the age of Netflix binge watching now, which basically means that we'll watch series all the way through, so they need continuity. Maud Flanders dying was such a new thing at the time, because normally everything's repeated over and over. And The Simpsons has kind of had to stay in that route. About the only two things or a couple of things that have stayed constant is that Lisa has stayed a vegetarian. That was a request from the Beatles leader. That was why
Paul McCartney.
That happened. But generally, unless the voice actor actually dies, there aren't many consistent factors, and I think that's part of why it's become more stagnant. Obviously, the other factor is if you look at these statistics of it, which I don't have on this slide because it doesn't really look very interesting to show a bunch of figures, but we've gone from about 12 million viewers in season 10 down to about 1.6 million. I could be wrong on those figures, sorry, but generally that's pretty close to it. So, is your mic died?
I think so.
Testing.
I think like worldwide.
Try mine.
I think like worldwide it's still getting attention, but for the most part the consensus are saying that like it's just not as good as it used to be. Like I think the worst one they ever did was the Lady Gaga one.
Lisa Goes Gaga. I'm not a fan of that one. It was, it felt very much like,
Lady Gaga is awesome, and everyone's lives changed for the better because of Lady Gaga, including Lisa's.
It very much to me anyway felt like an ego trip, and I'm not a huge fan of Lady Gaga. So, I think a lot of creative ideas can happen with The Simpsons, but I think because we all just kind of, a lot of us just wanted to end at this point because the series has been going on so long that Fox can't let it end because it draws in so much money. So, they go on forever, but anyway, honestly though, I have so much respect for the show because the guys who made it are like amazing mathematicians, and you can see they're still trying, they're bringing new ideas in, like we're learning about the electric car from them, we're learning about some of Elon Musk's new ideas.
The ideas kind of fade when Bart and Lisa don't age.
Yeah, and that really annoys me as well. But they do lots of future episodes to compensate for annoying critics like me who moan and complain about that all the time.
Like Homer and Marge having a prom in the 80s, only to go to college in the 90s.
Oh, it gets so confusing if people try to do timelines.
When was Bart born?
How does this work? They'll do the 90s later, but that's just part of the whole serial issue they're having going on for this whole time.
Homer had a grunge band.
Yeah, so did we have any favorite episodes of Simpsons? I'd love to hear this.
Monorail.
Anyone have a favorite episode? Oh, come on, I know one of you has a favorite.
Homer's Barbershop Quartet.
Which one?
Barbershop Quartet.
Barbershop Quartet. Excellent.
T-shirts.
It's baby on board, out of my way. Yeah, I'd say Cape of Fear is one of them. I love Kelsey Grammer, so all those episodes.
Such a love.
Very, very fun. Even by this time, it's still great to just hear his voice, but I'm also an old Frasier fan. But anyway, yeah, do you want to jump to the next slide, please? And of course, some things that may have changed in cartoons. I just briefly wanted to point out some interesting things that have changed, which is in the social media age. Have you ever heard of Steven Universe? Rita, anyone heard of Steven Universe? Okay, good. There we go. A few people have it up there as well. The thing about Steven Universe, which is interesting, is that so much of it is determined by feedback. Back in the day, in the 90s and 80s, all the writers could get was angry letters from people, and 100 people might write. Now, millions of people can come on and say they don't like something instantly on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. Obviously, it's how we generate revenue sometimes by talking about things that have happened in these cartoons, and it gives instant feedback, and it can often more control how they treat their cartoons and how much they listen to the viewers' feedback. And I think Steven Universe is one example of one that's really been molded and shaped by its fan base, which is really interesting. And
It's fascinating to see it evolve with the fans.
Absolutely. It's a completely different age. And interestingly, animated, I don't know if you noticed this as much, Robyn, but I do believe that if you look in cinemas now, Disney doesn't do 2D animated movies. Certainly like Steven Universe, you'll never see in theaters. Unless it is actually in 3D animation like Elsa there. You look at Princess and the Frog, that failed, bombed pretty badly for Disney.
Even though it's so
And-
good.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful film, yet people didn't consider it for adults.
You have it right next to the highest grossing animated film of all time.
Which I like, so I don't know.
It's a good
Well,
movie.
you kind of know it.
People were just obsessed with it. They just have to let it go.
And sometimes
Pun intended.
sometimes oversaturation can really affect our opinions. Like my opinion of Steven Universe was slightly affected by a not so good fan base, even though it was a minority. And that's just a sad part of human nature sometimes. We go for the leaping tiger instead of the beautiful flower.
It's like the Undertale community with Smash.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Sans as a costume.
Do you want to jump to the next slide? Yeah, no problem. I'll jump over that slide, and we'll just quickly jump into, that's the point I made on one more slide. We'll just quickly give some personal YouTube tips. That was the last slide anyway. If anyone is building a community here or is on YouTube and would just like some personal tips from us or anything like that,
Any questions about YouTube?
Yeah, if you'd like, just jump one more. Just got a listing of our personal tips that have worked, helped us. Feel free to say your own thoughts on this while, because I just feel
Like, I'm not the only anime reviewer. There's the Anime Man, the Gigook, Akideras. There's a lot of people in the anime community on YouTube. So I had to experiment around and try to stand out above the others, which I have a cute little character that does all the talking for me. People seem to like my little character. Added in some jokes and tried to get hip with the kids with the memes. I'm just gonna stop there. Just trying to be as current as possible because the YouTube algorithm system can be very punishing if you're not up with the times. But I just do whatever I can, to try to stand out above the others, just to give people a reason to keep watching my channel.
Yeah, absolutely, and it shows. I think you've got a variety of video types. You try and blend in some comedy and earnesty there. There are some moments you've had in anime that your videos I really respect. That you're sending out a good message, and it doesn't matter how big your community is. I think what matters is that you think about what they want. And in terms of getting attention, make sure that you are actually delivering what you say you're going to in your thumbnail.
Exactly.
So often I'll click on a video and I'll see, they'll go, "What's up guys? Dorky YouTuber here, and I'm going to talk about this and this and this and this and this. First, remember to subscribe to my channel, like it a million times, blah, blah, blah." And you'll get that for about 2 minutes and you promised me something completely different in the thumbnail. And the click ratio will go down, the view ratio, retention will just shoot down. And
You just have to keep skip. Oh, now you're going to talk about
and
that.
the algorithm does not like that. Generally, most people have about a 15% drop rate when they come into YouTube when someone clicks on their video, because YouTube will shove them into it. That's part of how the algorithm works.
Fun. That's it.
Yeah.
It's always a challenge.
Absolutely.
We've got to keep above it. Guys, we're actually running out of time.
Apologies for that.
So we might, if there's any final words that you wanted to share.
Yeah, just don't focus too much on size on the community. That's a thing. Just focus on making sure you can deliver to that one person a good message, and that's one of the most powerful things you can do. And we all have the platform to do that if you are interested in that stuff. Yeah.
For further questions, our table's just right outside.
Yeah.
If you have any questions
Say
about
hi.
YouTube, come on over and say hi. Again, we're selling some prints. All proceeds just go towards our channel, so.
And yeah, thank you for your time. I appreciate you sitting with us and listening to us and
Also,
participating.
I am at 499,693 subs.
Oh, so it's only a few clicks away.
Pretty much.
It's a 500K.
Subscribe to Anime America so I can get to 500,000. And
That's
I can
it.
review Inuyasha.
Absolutely. Everyone, put your hands together for Anime America and Phantomstrider. Thanks for joining us. Next up, we have the comic draw-off.